Hi there. We have created this presentation because we know. We know how life can be a struggle when you can't make ends meet. We know how tough it is to have to work long and hard and see the purchase power of your salary shrink with every month that passes. We know how difficult it is to balance work and family priorities, especially for young families. We know how working for other people's dreams can mean your own dreams are put on hold. We know how hard it is to think about the future when you are focused on the here and now of everyday life. We know that there are some days when you ask yourself, is this it? Is this all there will be? We also know that there are several solutions that can help generate happiness, fulfillment, and financial well-being, and this presentation is a short introduction to one of those solutions. We will first talk about some of the trends in the world today. You are probably aware that times are changing quite rapidly at the moment, but do you realize that we have only seen a little glimpse of the changes that are yet to come? The technology revolution, as it is often called, is going to change or have an effect on every human activity currently known, and not always for the best. Researchers estimate that in around 20 years, half of all the currently known employment positions will be gone. To be employed these days comes with a large amount of uncertainty about the future. Owning or running a traditional company is not always safer, as the world and markets are changing rapidly. The drive to secure our future well-being is stronger than ever. Financially, of course, there is a great deal of concern at the moment when we think about the general economic and political situation in the world at large. Where does this situation leave us? How is our job security? Will we have to work harder and harder to achieve the same purchase power? Will the situation remain volatile for months, years, or even decades? What effect does the situation have on our ability to live life to the full? Is life fun? There are as many ways to live life as there are people, of course, but a typical plan is for a person to get a good schooling, possibly with higher education of some sort afterwards. Here, the person is typically financially poor, but has a lot of time, even if students, for example, always complain about the lack of time they have. Once the first job is secured, it is very often the case that the financial situation becomes worse rather than better. Extra income is more than matched by growing expenses, a house, a car, or whatever they may be. After a while, we might get a promotion and have a bigger salary, but generally this comes at the cost of our time. When we move into the phase of life which we call retirement, we very often have to take a financial step down, but our time is definitely freer, a little like the student example. What if we could have financial freedom and time? Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? We'll return to this later. Another significant change in the world is that more and more products and services are provided over the internet because of the technology revolution. It is a very strong trend that is both very beneficial to end customers, but also reducing the number of jobs in the distribution chain. The internet also allows someone to have the whole world as a marketplace. Coupled with this is the strong belief that traditional advertisements are regarded more and more negatively, whilst we gladly accept advice and recommendations from friends, family, and acquaintances. Blogs and such like are increasing, as is the core of consumers who prefer to purchase based on personal recommendations. In the traditional distribution model, there are many middlemen who need to earn a profit and a living before a product is sold in a shop or other premises. This increases the cost of a product significantly. The new model, however, is different. Using the internet, we can connect the end consumer with the manufacturer directly. It's more effective, and everyone within this shortened chain gains something. The manufacturer can afford to invest more in quality or research and development, and the consumer can buy at a more favorable price. We've spoken of three strong trends: the technological revolution, the growing need for people to feel economically secure in an unstable environment, and changes in buying behavior. There is another global trend that shows where people are prepared to spend their money today. A huge and growing demand for products and methods that help people look and feel more youthful, healthy, and full of vitality. Estimates say that this market is going to grow to €1 trillion by 2025. A final trend we shall talk about now is growing stronger on a daily basis, and that is how we are increasingly connected by different networks. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter are just a few of them. This trend has great implications for all social business models. We are literally one click away from the other side of the world. Many leading economists predict that in the future, each and every one of us will be supplied with products thanks to the phenomenon of networking. Where does this leave us? We've seen how several strong global trends coincide today. Now we should also mention something about our business partner, a modern organization that is in a unique position to be able to capitalize on all of these trends together in a single simple concept. The company, Nu Skin Enterprises, has been listed on the New York Stock Exchange since the 1990s and has developed very strongly in the last few years. Credibility, economic strength, and a plan for the future are important if you are thinking of a long-term commitment. Do you have contacts in other countries? This company operates in more than 50 countries today, and you can expand to any one of them from day one if you have the right connections. The company has based its 30-year history on advanced research and development in the area of skincare, wellness, and anti-aging technology, running studies over the whole world with the help of its own 75 scientists and through its association with about 25 different universities and colleges around the world. As well as a research center in the US, the company also has a dedicated research center in China. Through the acquisition of a small, innovative company specializing in genetics and aging, LifeGen Technologies, the company has gained worldwide rights to a tool that for the first time is able to identify the changes in the protein production stimulated by our genes, otherwise known as gene expression. It has been shown that there is a strong connection between these changes and how we age. Time is too short to go into depth here, but thanks to gene chip technology, we can now see exactly what affects our genes positively when it comes to slowing the aging process, and even what makes genes return to a much younger behavior. This has been noted more and more often in the media, and there is even a Discovery Channel documentary about the company and this research. Scientific progress in this area has already resulted in cutting-edge products, including one that boosts the energy production in the cells and at the same time helps the body combat attacks from various kinds of toxins and impurities. Is there anybody who wouldn't like to have more energy naturally? Over the next decade, there is a plan to produce many more products that counteract the aging process, with the goal to help people live young for as long as possible. Unlike many companies that buy goodwill or scratch the surface in terms of commitment to people who are struggling, this company is strongly involved in programs designed to serve as a force for good in the world. This is even enshrined in the mission and vision of the company. Two of the humanitarian initiatives in which you could also play a significant role are called Force for Good and Nourish the Children, a program that aims to eradicate child mortality due to malnutrition. Much remains to be done, but if you want to use modern methods to make a difference for other people, you have found the right vehicle in many ways. The company has created a business model where they take care of the production, warehousing, and sales worldwide. You can concentrate on what you are good at, contacting and inviting others to build this business with you, generating interest for the unique product range. This is not so much about what you know and were trained for, but what you want to accomplish and who you know. Your networks are your main assets. Lots of people are currently seeking an opportunity that interests them and to generate an additional source of income. The key for you is to establish partnerships with motivated people. Together you can reach out to so many more. Every year, the average incomes for the different levels in the company compensation scheme are published. Here are some examples. For people who achieve 4 partnerships, the average income is around €30,000 a year, certainly enough to fund a new car. Another 4 partners and the average is around €120,000. Maybe that covers the payments for a new house. When you have 12 partners, the income becomes significant. But remember, it is always hard work that leads to a good income. But on the other hand, in this business you build your organization once in a concerted effort and then can more or less depend on a long-term income with minimal maintenance. And remember, at least to begin with, this is additional revenue over and above what you already have. Take a second. Have you ever thought about being able to live on a passive income instead of having to work actively for every paycheck? Having the financial freedom to live your dreams and not work to make the dreams of someone else come true? As we mentioned earlier, having time and money? There are a lot of people attracted to this idea. You probably know somebody who has bought a lottery ticket, for example. But how many winners do you know? the chances of being able to make a living based entirely on luck are tiny. We are talking here about a possibility for you to have everything you wanted and perhaps more, not through luck, but through working intelligently and intensively for a shorter period of time to then be able to enjoy a passive income for the rest of your life. Would that be something that interests you? More and more people are trying to find new ways forward. The key for you might be to build your own business which you own all the rights to. In this way, you could have security in the future, but also build up an income that would allow you to do the things that you can only dream of today. It's all about finding the right opportunity with a partner that has all of the ingredients for a winning concept a long way into the future. As we said, the majority of us are buying more and more often from the internet. Instead of just spending money, wouldn't it be more interesting to also be able to use this trend to earn money and build up a long-term income source? You can do this by taking advantage of the changes taking place, and Nu Skin has the right business model to help you be a winner in the future. If you were to start a business today, would it be wise to build one following the old traditional models, or would it be wiser to build one that takes advantage of all the strongest trends for the future? You can participate and benefit from the boom that the company will go through in the coming years. If you just want to buy the products, that's completely fine. But if you also want to have a new and sustainable income, you are welcome to the team. As an example, in Europe we expect around 40,000 people to join us during the next 12 months. Only you can decide if you are one of them. You would be welcome to one of the most modern businesses that exists in the world today. In addition to creating financial rewards, there are other benefits: social contacts, a simple and fun way to work, complete flexibility both in terms of where and when you work, and not least, to be able to do something good for other people. So the question is, what did you find most interesting of what we have talked about? Having time for the family and financial freedom, having access to amazing health products giving benefits no others have previously been able to give thanks to a new technology based on the gene chip, or building a new income source without risk and without limits, or all of these? If you wish to take the next step and make this your reality for you and your family, click below this presentation or fill in the details required and schedule a free consultation to see how we can support you. Thank you for watching.